Hey everyone, this is Cyrus here. So this is going to be my first sort of commentary over gameplay thing. What we've got is my best of 3 runs against Dark Falz. Man, this is really good. This is very different than every single EQ they've put out so far. I was really genuinely surprised by how mobile he was for being so big. Yeah, the first 2 runs were definitely a lot more sloppy, had a lot of DCs and stuff due to high traffic. But this one was absolutely wonderful, really showcases Gunner Bouncer well. I'm very proud of it. Yeah, I mean, everything down to the music. They really hit it out of the park with this one. Let's hope Sega keeps this kind of content coming in the future. I'm definitely rooting for it. So if you're new to this game and you haven't done this quest before, it'll be your first time around now. What I would suggest is if you have a ranger, obviously follow your ranger's weak bullet, quite unlike me. But if you can all focus one arm, really that's going to be the best way to handle it. If you don't know, every single time you break his arm, he'll drop some resta signs for you. He'll also drop some reverser signs, particularly in the second half. A lot of ums and ahs here. You're going to have to be patient with me on my first one. But no, so I would say like this ranger's got the weak bullet on the bottom right hand. My advice would be start on the bottom of the hands for the sake of the melee users, and then work your way up to the top. And then you can, once you're done with the right side or whichever side you start on, you can go work on the opposite, bottom to the top. It just makes things a lot easier, and if he has less arms available to him, it'll be a little bit easier to dodge his attacks. Pretty lucky myself. I mean, with all the boosts and benefits they've given to Bouncer, just from the dodge alone, God, I have to wonder how other classes deal with Falz and his area coverage, because Gunner just gets the world given to him when he dodges, man. It's so excellent. But I'll tell you why I like Gunner Bouncer here. So Gunner Bouncer is like, I would say it's like Gunner on crack. Like, man, it's so good. If you're into like high intensity gameplay, if you really want to be top notch on your skill game, there's nothing better than juggling elemental blots with chain trigger and figuring out perfect timings and certain jet boot combinations that just really work with you. You can see me here. I just wasted my chain, and now I'm just unloading on him with the elemental just to help the mages get an elemental down if we can. And then right here, I'm just back into the chains. And just what I would advise, even though it may feel a bit boring, after you get your max boost, feel free to let off chains at like 50. Like if you know you can get the whole PA off, you might as well get the whole PA off, because especially in Bouncer's case, when you're subclass, weaving in those elements is really going to help you just be doing something and contributing somehow, even though your chain trigger cooldowns here. So we've got our first down here. What's that? 6.2k? That's not too bad. This run here, I've already got my Synchwim weapon. It's maxed out. I used my 3 arms refiners on the weapon, and then now I'm just farming for the armor. So my armor is like, it's Schwarzrozo, which is the Falz armor that is tech-based. Swarsgard, which is the range-based one, and then I think it's Vif Armor Belta. I think that one is like melee. No, not melee. Sorry, range and tech. So it's a tiny bit weaker, but it splits the damage evenly, which is nice. And then the augments are as different as possible, so I could really benefit from the Synchwim weapon's potential. I think I have 14 different augments. The only one I'm really repeating a lot is Alt Secret 2, and I think it's been pretty helpful, especially because my Vif armor I wound up buying it in the shop last minute. It came with Fixa Enthusia 4, so particularly in Gunner's case, that's going to be really handy. Super helpful for building PP. Nice 100 chain on this break here. Let's see what my damage is. If my first one was 6k, this should be 12. 10, 11, not too bad. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, this fight, it's pretty straightforward. It's like break his arms, and then when you get to phase 2, it's just, boy, like the first time is rough. It all comes down to handling his movements and understanding how wide his coverage is, but that's all it comes down to, is staying focused on his coverage like that there. Like, anytime you can be airborne, if you're ranged, I would heavily suggest being airborne. That's amazing. It gives you a really big lay of the land. You can tell where he's coming from most of the time. You'll see every now and then I'll trip up, but throughout most of this fight, I was pretty on point with my dodges. Like, I was super duper happy with the outcome of this run. Not at all sloppy. And the music, oh my god, I don't know. I may cut this. I may cut the commentary early just so you can get a little taste of the final moments of the phase 2 music. Like, it's just so damn good. Yeah, I don't know. I'm trying to think about how I want to say this. I understand the criticisms of this game. I get it. It's definitely not in a really good spot right now, but it's content like this that really gives me hope for the future. And throughout the headlines, you can tell that they are listening to the community. And you know, give it time. It's like a diamond in the rough. It'll get better over time. But I don't know, if this is the kind of content they want to come out with, then I think we can expect better things, and we have other stuff to look forward to. I mean, what is it now? A couple of months. May is new photon arts, and geez, that's going to be amazing. I can't even imagine how much depth that's going to bring to the game, what sort of scenarios that will help the classes flesh out more. And even in the area of new techniques, like what I would really like to see in this game come back is something like Earth-based techniques. I think the only game we've seen Earth-based techniques was PSU. Am I right about that? I could be wrong. But yeah, I mean, new photon arts, that'd be cool. I would like to see new photon blast too. Why? I mean, if it can be added to a slot on your hotbar, why can't we have multiple photon blasts? Just using Gunner as an example, Gunner's photon blast right now is already focused on dealing AoE area damage. Well, why don't we have one that just deals like super high single target damage, right? That'd be excellent. Yeah, this phase here, I would heavily recommend just jumping and flying around. It really tells you where he's going to wind up punching through. And after he does this final punch, you can see here you get a lot of time to throw some damage down. But yeah, definitely stay as mobile as you can. Any of the most mobile classes will probably have a bit of an easier time. If your class is not as mobile, just, man, get on point with your guarding. Try your hardest with your guarding, man. And then these moments when he's upside down, that's pretty annoying. A lot of your attacks are definitely gonna miss. Like, I was doing a lot of ones there because I was hitting his face. I can only imagine the annoyance that melee characters have to go through, like particularly sword users. Like, how the hell are you guys gonna reach him? I have no idea. Okay, so here's his desperation attack on phase 1, and then we'll lead up to phase 2. I had a bit of a glitch here. Normally it's supposed to get you stuck inside his hands and you got to break out of it, but I totally broke out. Like, he just pushed me out. And you see here I goof a little bit. I wound up breaking the hand. I thought I'd have to do more damage, so I whiffed my photon blast. That was a total waste. But we wound up okay. We get our down phase. And then you'll see here, we'll just move right into phase 2. What's the damage? 6k? Yeah. 6k, 12k on break, or 11k, whatever it is. But yeah, here we got phase 2, and I think now that phase 2's coming, I will just let it play out because this music is absolutely amazing. So thanks for joining. Give me tips on commentary. This is my first time. I have no idea how good or bad it is, so any criticism is welcome. So thanks again for watching, and just enjoy. Peace out.
They found out a place. Photon generators units 1 through 6 are now stabilized. The PCU is also fully charged. Ready to fire!
Fire!
Yeah!
We just... It didn't work? Next time, for sure.